Hey guys, so I'm joined today with my esteemed co-host Roxas, who's over there right now because he just came back in from, I don't know, getting a drink or eating or something. Roxas, you want to come over here and with me for a second so everyone can see you? Because not everyone, there are plenty of regular viewers who know exactly who Roxas is, and people who don't know, you're like Roxas is yeah, the one and only Roxas, like Kingdom Hearts Roxas. Why'd you name him Roxas? Well, because he's black and white, for one. You know, the whole Twilight thing, and Roxas has got his little wristband, and he's wearing a lot of black and white. And just because, just like Roxas, he's a very, very, very sweet boy. He's just the best boy. So, when he was born, I decided that I was going to call him Roxas. And here he is, almost a year and a half later, and still Roxas. Um, but he sometimes provides some witty commentary on these matters, but he's busy doing other things right now. But first, let's dive into some definitions. So this is a word that the left likes to use a lot, and they don't actually know the meaning of. So I've been kind enough for you people on that side who like using that word. So incel, pronounce it in cell. It's a noun. Uh, a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile toward women and men who are sexually active. So, right then and there, just by the definition, one, they think that all gamers are apparently young men, and they think that people who play video games apparently don't have wives, husbands, children. So these people are so narrow-minded. Gaming is not what it used to be. It's mainstream now. You have grannies on YouTube and on stream who play games. Every race, color, creed, you name it, play video games now. It's not just a bunch of white young dudes in their basements or whatever. No. You see a lot of females, guess what? A lot of females playing games. A lot of females who have husbands, who have children. What, are they incels because they like jiggle physics? And that's what they're complaining about. The first Descendant announced his plan to add jiggle physics, prompting outrage from critics. One of them being PC Gamer. Outrage from critics. Gamers are the most pathetic incel losers there are. Now these dudes, the comments. Where are they? But PP Jiggles in Baldur's Gate is just fine. Yeah, if you guys remember, Baldur's Gate 3 came out, and it's like, wow, you can have sex with a bear, and this and that. It also has a bear penis. Like a male, nothing on. Nothing. As opposed to these women who are clearly wearing something. Apparently, as far as I know, you can't actually get them naked. But you had exposed penis in Baldur's Gate 3. None of these people said a damn thing. It would move around and everything, and no one said a thing. A game announces jiggle physics, and suddenly people are coming out and like, oh my god, boobs bad, you bunch of incels. When most people would be doing that. Um, you have the usual suspects. You know, Incel's version of Destiny. He, him, Black Lives Matter, don't tolerate bigotry, free Palestine. Wrong one. No, this one. What do you know? He, him, the usual suspects. You go down. I know there's a few comments here. What do you know? Trans flags. Female characters shouldn't have aspects specifically just so they're sexy or for fan service. Sexualizing women is never okay. That isn't a woke claim, it's a fact. And yet women love playing as sexy characters. This is why I almost actually I don't. Oh yeah, I think this one's there too. I think that's like at the end. Uh, where was it? I know I saw it. um, I saw it in here. I know I saw it in here somewhere. Wait, what's the first thing you noticed? Be honest. Um, but this is why I almost never tell people I like video games because gamers are the most pathetic incel losers there are. Again, look at the person in the clearly they're young and they have no idea what incel actually is. Again, this is the side that claims to be college educated. No matter how young they are, they claim to be all college educated or just educated, more educated than them dumb hillbilly rednecks on the right. And yet they are the most dumb. They are the most ignorant because apparently they don't know what incel actually is. They can't comprehend the fact that there are gamers, female gamers, who want jiggle physics, female gamers who have husbands, who have children. And they just think that every person who wants is just like some young white dude. And again, these people had no problem with the crap in Baldur's Gate 3. Gaming publications when a game has realistic models of women and matching physics. Yeah. What a surprise. Woke outlets don't like jiggle physics. Yeah. BG3 had dick physics and no one complained. If it was jiggle physics for male character ball sacks, you'd be all over it. I mean, everyone's calling it out. They're calling out that BS, how no one complains when it's floppy dick, but, you know, like bare, like exposed dick. But you have some boobs inside clothing jiggling around, and it's like, oh my god, you incel. How can you could bunch of goomers? So characters who are more realistic. If it's a game and you know the jiggling is unrealistic, I've called it out numerous times because it's stupid. If your character takes one step forward and suddenly they're doing all over the place, yeah, that's a little ridiculous. You see that stuff in like gotcha games and stuff. I mean, I love Genshin, but even Genshin is guilty of that. You'll have a character take a step forward, and like no matter how big their chest is, it just like freaking goes crazy sometimes. Um, but if you're having a game like this where the characters are more realistic visually more realistic, you have their hair flowing and moving in, as it naturally would. Any clothing might be moving. Why wouldn't you have the chest also move the same way? For people who don't know, especially on this side, either the young ones or people who, I mean, the left is comprised of a lot of people who don't even know what a woman is. They think a dude who looks like me, who identifies as a woman, is a woman. So, but they can't even define what a woman is. But women have breasts, right? I don't know what you've learned. They're not sandbags, or something. No, they're comprised of fat. That's what they are. They're fat. Uh, so being made of fat, they're going to move a certain way. Now, you might go to these stores and pass these things, these weird female objects called bras. That's because, sometimes women don't like their boobs moving around and bouncing all over the place when they go about their activities. Gymnastics or sports or whatever. They don't need them bouncing all around. And when you're a certain size, the bounce, they keep slapping right there, and it gets red and it starts to hurt. So women have these bra things that they can put onto their breasts to keep them from moving around. So that way they don't have to worry. They have these things called sports bras, which are a little tighter, which prevent things moving around even more. You know, you're working out or whatever, and keep closer. Prevents any spillage. So so when you go out to those stores and you see these bra things, they're for breasts because breasts are comprised of fat. Fat moves. It jiggles. Just as when you see online, you see a fat person jumping around and their stomach's going crazy. It's made of fat. But these people seem to hate boobs. They have no problem with floppy dick physics, but some clothed boobs. Nope. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that. You bunch of incels, you coomers and gooners. You just and clearly not knowing what incel actually is. They're so narrow-minded that they think only incels, when there are women, plenty of women who want it. And these people are married, they have husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, children. The only ones not being touched here, or who are probably the incels, are these chronically online weirdos. You are probably most likely the incel. You clearly don't like women. You see these people like Kotaku and PC Gamer and IGN and all these people online. You clearly don't like women. You're clearly terrified of basic biological female anatomy. You clearly don't like the women. Maybe you're the incel. Which isn't really fully the definition of incel, because, hating women, and men, and sexual activities, and not able to get laid and all that. But if anyone would fit more closely to what an incel would be, these people would be the actual incels, even though it doesn't fit the definition quite what the definition actually is. They would fit closer than someone who is, married with children, who just likes realistic physics. Because again, biological women do exist. The breasts are made of fat. Fat moves a lot, depending on how big it is. If you've got a woman with big ol', as the kids say these days, mommy milkers, they're gonna move around a lot more than someone who is maybe a little more petite. And that's why they sell those weird looking bra things in stores, because they move around a lot, and some people don't want to feel their boobs slapping against their skin all day, or trying to gymnastics or work out or whatever, and having them up in their face. So they invented these weird bra things to help these strange female creatures with their boob problem. But the game, if it has realistic physics for everything else, there should be no issue here. As long as it's not going to go crazy. You step forward and as long as it's not doing that, and it's, stepping forward and just move slightly in a direction where it would normally, depending on what they're wearing and all that, that's fine. If you're going to have hair be realistic and the clothing move in a realistic way, then why wouldn't you have the body move in a realistic way as well? So PC Gamer, and I'm sure eventually Kotaku, IGN, all of them, and all these chronically online weirdos who clearly don't like women and are so clearly afraid of boobs, stay mad. Stay mad. Where were you when you were seeing exposed pee-pee with physics? Exactly. Anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.